I've always been curious to see if these Bluetooth IEM adapters are any good. These are essentially Bluetooth modules that can turn any wired IEM wireless by connecting to them. But Bluetooth has limitations, right? So let's see what it's actually like to use our favorite IEMs with these. I'm gonna try this new pair of budget IEMs from KZ called the Taurus. These are new dual driver earphones that offer a pretty nice sound. I like them. I tried them with their stock cable first. They sound remarkably in line with Harman, at least till the mids and upper mids. And then there is some extra sharpness in the treble section. These have way less bass and much more sharpness in the extreme top end compared to the Caster Pro. They can be a little bit sibilant at times, but overall it's pretty good. Now let's try these with the Bluetooth adapter and see what happens. And when I listened to the Taurus on Bluetooth, it was a surprisingly similar experience. I didn't notice too much of a difference with music streaming on wired and wireless mode. Now yes, I had to increase the volume when I'm using Bluetooth a little bit because I no longer have the amplification of the USB DAC. But aside from that, the experience between these was quite close, at least for this IEM. So pretty much my conclusion here is that if you're using an entry-level IEM with a regular stock cable, then you can get a Bluetooth adapter like this and have a virtually similar experience. Now I'm just talking in terms of sound quality. These are not the same for gaming or watching movies because this is still Bluetooth. There will be that audio delay between video and audio, as in there will be some lip sync delay. I think you know what I mean. I can't tolerate that, man. I hate it. So these are not good enough for me for movies or any other multimedia, but for music, these are fine. Okay, so entry-level IEMs should be good to go. What about something slightly higher end? I saw this one from CCZ called the Tiangong. It seems to be a newer option. It has one dynamic and 4 balanced armatures in there, so it should perform better than the Taurus. Let's see. I mean, this book style unboxing is pretty interesting. There's a missed opportunity here to have the IEMs on one side and the cable on the opposite end. Oh well. The IEMs themselves are pretty nice. They are completely made of metal. They feel much higher quality. But the cable here was a bit of a letdown for me. I mean, it's fine, but I've seen better cables at this price. Whatever, I'll just use the existing cable and let's see what happens. Also, on a side note, this one thing I consistently notice with budget stuff is the lack of proper left and right indication. I mean, there is no clear marking on the IEMs, which is strange. Like, that's one thing I've noticed with higher end stuff, which is always clear. Like this Zickman Danube cable, for example. It has that tactile ring, like that metal ring, which is always going to be on the right side. There's no confusion. You can just feel it. You don't even have to look at the cable to know which is right and which is left. These kind of small details are what separates premium products from budget ones. Man, the more I use this cable, the more I feel like I owe an apology to Zickman. Initially I said it doesn't make a big difference. No, it actually does the more you use it, especially on a daily basis. Anyway, let's take a listen to these CCZ IEMs. They are actually a lot more V-shaped than I expected, but that's fine. That's a sound signature a lot of people like, so there's nothing wrong with that. There is a little bit of extra clarity in the mids and top end, not as much as I was hoping for, but it's still a step above entry-level IEMs. And when I used it with the adapter, once again I didn't notice a big difference. Maybe once in a while there was a little drop in clarity, but I really had to look for it. Most of the time with music streaming, it was pretty much the same. And I'm mainly using music streaming for this test because I imagine that's how most people would be using their products. So I want this to be a realistic comparison. So then, sound quality wise, entry level and kind of budget type IEMs should be fine even when used with a Bluetooth adapter. But what about flagships? I'm going to try the Bluetooth adapter with some of my most trusted IEMs like the Tangem Force or the KZ Sonata, which is my new favorite. Let's see what happens. Now, I know for a fact that with the 4.4mm Zickman cable, this sounds phenomenal. There's a reason why I'm using the Tangem Force in this setup as my personal choice. It's amazing. Now, when I first paired it with this Bluetooth adapter, it was really bad. Like, these IEMs sounded completely dead. There was no life whatsoever. But then I realized it's probably because of absolute volume, which is a setting in developer options of some phones that you'll have to disable, otherwise it'll reduce the volume a lot. Some IEMs are not affected by these, but some others are greatly impacted. So I disabled that and things improved drastically after that, but I still didn't get the full performance that I usually get from these. I noticed that the soundstage is not as lively and present as it used to be with the 4.4mm cable and of course the USB DAC. I could clearly tell that it's missing a bit of clarity, so that means, yes, there is a noticeable downgrade for higher-end flagship IEMs when used with a Bluetooth adapter. Now it's still fine, I'm getting kind of like 70% of the same experience while having the full wireless convenience, but nah, I would still go with the cable to get the highest quality possible. I mean, this experiment made me realize how nice my usual cables and DACs are. Once you use a nice 4.4mm cable with a good USB DAC, there's no going back. That said, this Bluetooth adapter, in my opinion, is better than buying a truly wireless earbud because the top, as in the sound producing head, is replaceable. You can just unplug it and connect any other 2-pin IEM of your choice and your favorite sound signature and enjoy it wirelessly. I mean, that's dope, isn't it? These are like modular, truly wireless buds. And at first I didn't realize why there's an open gap in the case. It's so that when you have connected the IEMs, they can sit in there. So this is designed to be like an all-in-one case to carry with you. So then, after all of this, the conclusion is, if you're used to using a budget entry-level IEM with a regular 3.5mm cable, then you can go for this. You won't notice a huge difference. Meaning that you'll get pretty much the same sound quality with a wireless convenience as long as you're okay with the Bluetooth delay that I mentioned. But if you're a higher end IEM user and you have experienced 4.4mm balanced cables, then yeah, I mean, the liveliness in the soundstage that you usually get cannot be matched on Bluetooth. This means you'll notice a pretty significant downgrade when using an adapter like this compared to your usual 4.4mm balanced cable. This might sometimes get close, but the experience will never consistently be the same. Well, there you go. I have spoken. I've been watching The Promised Land series. I think the first season is out on YouTube. It's pretty funny. You should check it out. And of course, I'll link all of these in the description. You can pick them up from me if you want. I'll hold on to this adapter and do some more testing on this because I've never experienced this one before. But the IEMs I have plenty, so you'll get a discount from me. As usual, email me if you want them.